Hi, and welcome to topic 5, which will focus on division. Today we're going to do a short introduction that I want you to have these notes in your notebook. So please make sure you have this sheet that is somewhere in the classroom. Your teacher will tell you, and please glue it into your notebook. You can pause the video while you are doing that. We're going to go over some vocabulary words so that you know what numbers your teacher is talking about when we talk about the parts of a division problem. But let's first start talking about what division means. So the first word that we're looking for to fill in is the word division. And what division means is separating something into groups or parts. Can you put a little star over here though and write the word equal? That's a big part of it, is that your groups must be equal. Otherwise, it's not really a division problem. So keep that in mind when you see these. And here's an example. If I have 10 items and I want to separate them into 2 groups, how many items will I have in each group? So those are my 2 groups, and I have 10 things. So I know, using my multiplication facts, that each group would have 5 items, because 5 times 2 is going to give me 10. Let's write that over here. 5 times 2 equals 10. And that's how you can see how multiplication and division are related. And I'll put a 5 there. Now, not all problems are going to work out perfectly like this. And that is when you have a remainder. And you're going to see that in some of the lessons we work on. And a remainder is a number that remains after the division is complete. Because we know that not all problems in real life have perfect answers, especially when dividing. So an example is 11 divided by 2. Well, we knew that if we had 10 items and we put them into 2 groups, each group had 5. If we do the same with 11, again, I know that each group will have 5, but then I'm going to have 1 left over. And that will be my remainder. And you can write this on your notes. You can always pause the video. 5 plus 5 is 10. And then my remainder makes 11. I can't put this in a group because then the groups are no longer equal. So if you always remember that division means equal groups, you know that your groups always have to have the same number in it. Now let's talk about the parts of a division problem. We have my 12, 2, and a 6, and they each have a separate name, and we're going to use these names a lot, so we want to make sure you know what they are. So why don't you draw a little arrow to your 12, and can you write the word dividend? That's your total number, or your largest number that you're beginning with. And then you have this that you're dividing by, and that is called your divisor. And that's either, put parentheses, the number of groups or number in each group. So either I'm taking 12 things and I'm dividing them into 2 groups, or I'm taking 12 things and putting them into groups of 2. So the difference would be 2 groups with 6 in each, or 6 groups with 2 in each. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Either one of these can be shown by that division problem. And then I have my answer to a division problem, and that is called my quotient. And that's the same as this. It's either the number of groups or the number in each group. So it's going to be the opposite of what your divisor is. And you'll be able to see that as you solve. So if you're doing 12 divided by 2 and you're putting it into 2 groups, then your 6 is how many are in each group. Okay, so we have my dividend, divisor, quotient. I always remember the dividend and the divisor because those are tricky. They both start with a D, but this word is bigger. It has more letters, and so therefore it is the bigger number. Divisor is the smaller word, so it's going to be the smaller number. Because division is like subtraction, this always must be the larger number. You're not going to ever take two things and divide them into 12 groups. That's not going to happen. So always keep that in mind. Okay, so now that you've done the introduction for topic 5, you are ready for 5-1. Great job.